Still no sign of a police officer's fourth wife.
Drew Peterson is suspected in his wife's disappearance, which prompted authorities to reopen Savio's case.
My greatest hope, Stacy shows her face. She could be next door hiding in the basement, or she could be in Thailand, where supposedly she was reported seen. She's a little girl and it's a big world. She could be anywhere. When Stacy comes back, instead of looking at this woman for abandoning her family, they're going to turn it around. And it's like, well, she wouldn't have left if you weren't such a bastard husband. What?
Well, I'm talking to Drew Peterson, who has been living in the center of a media storm ever since his fourth wife, Stacy, disappeared a year ago. Now, Drew recently gave us a tour of the house that he shared with Stacy.
We've left the house pretty much like it was when Stacy left. If you look at all the pictures of Stacy, she looks like a different person in every one. And everybody says, well, how can she hide being so well noticed? Well, women can really change their appearance. So her hiding out isn't as far-fetched as some people are trying to say. Stacy did all this. The bathroom is a jungle room, which I thought really kind of a unique look to everything. And all her clothes in the bedroom are just like they were the day she left. These are all her clothes, and basically nothing's been changed or moved around. I don't know if I can't bring myself to do it or haven't had the time, but it's just like I'm kind of hesitant to move anything or change anything, and I can't figure out why. I'll leave everything the same as I can, to give the kids their sense of normalcy. I really feel, after the state police came in here and did a search warrant on it, I really feel kind of like a rape victim would feel, dirty because they were in here violating my home. I found the other day there's like a 8 by 8 inch hole I found in the back of my mattress they tried hiding, and I got a big chunk of rug cut up. We spilt red juice, and I don't know if they thought it was blood or whatever they think it was. And I got a little bit of a problem, a forensics expert coming in and can't tell the difference between blood and red juice. They took a rug doctor I use for cleaning up after the kids. They took cameras, they took my guns. I think the house is totally wired and mic'd up, which is fine. I got nothing to hide. How would you feel?
So you think you're being listened to?
Sure, yes.
And you think they're watching this interview with great interest?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Yeah. At this point, do you believe that most people don't believe you?
Yes, I believe that.
Do you believe, we're here with a very respectful studio audience, but you realize that there's a significant portion of this group right now that thinks they're sitting here with either a murderer or a double murderer.
Right.
How does that affect you?
It's actually kind of scary, but realistically, I'm becoming very numb to it all.
Well, we sent our cameras to Drew's hometown of Bolingbrook, Illinois, to get a feel for what locals were saying about him. But before I show this, I want to say that our goal was to try to find a representative sample on both sides of this issue. But this isn't a balanced piece, because we were only able to find, I believe it was one person who thought that he was being unfairly and prematurely judged, which I explained to Drew before we started. So let's take a look at it.
Drew Peterson is very suspicious, very sneaky.
Drew Peterson is a murderer and a liar.
I see him taking advantage of the spotlight that's on him, and there's just something deceitful about it.
We're in a country where a man's innocent until proven guilty.
I definitely feel like Drew Peterson killed one, if not two, of his wives.
Kathleen Savio's autopsy was conclusive that she was murdered, and I wouldn't put it past him.
He was found drowned in a dry bathtub, which is just beyond bizarre.
Everyone refers to Bolingbrook now as where the cop killed his wife.
You say you're numb to it, but that's got to hurt.
It still hurts.
Well, there have been many allegations that have been made against Drew regarding Stacy. And allegation, accusation, whatever you want to call it. Now, we don't know if Stacy made these claims, but I have a graphic here with some of them. First, Stacy's family says Stacy told Drew she wanted a divorce shortly before she disappeared. Is that true?
No. She told me she wanted a divorce, and I hate saying this, but the reality of it, she told me she wanted a divorce once a month.
So you're saying it varied with her menstrual cycle?
Very much so, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody in saying that, but that was a reality.
There is an allegation or an accusation that Stacy told a neighbor if anything happened to her, it was not an accident, that Drew had killed her. Do you think that she actually said that to a neighbor?
I'd really have to question the credibility of the neighbor, because Stacy and I still, even with her difficulties, we still had a very romantic relationship. We still were together a lot. We still spent time cuddling, that type of thing. So.
But Drew, if you had a romantic relationship, if you were still intimate and affectionate and together with one another, how could she disappear and you not dismantle the world looking for her?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think I've done all that I can do, and all I have the resources available to do.
But that defies common sense. I mean, if you were in love with this woman, were you in love with her when she disappeared?
Yes, very much so.
Are you in love with her today?
I try to be, but I have a lot of anger issues about it now, that she took off like she did.
She also said that, and I believe it's the same neighbor, you probably know better than I, that you always called and checked on Stacy, that you were very attentive, and in fact it got to the point of being controlling, but that you were always calling to check up on her.
We were always calling each other.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a one-way thing, and I wasn't trying to be controlling. When you have a romantic relationship with somebody, you're calling them all the time. So.
It's also been alleged that Stacy told her sister that she feared for her life. Do you believe she said that to her sister?
Again, I don't know. And if she was trying to set me up for some sort of divorce or anything, that might have been a way to do it.
In that you did have a pattern of calling each other all the time, why did you not call her the day she disappeared?
I did, but she wanted her space. She wanted her space. So that day I gave her space.
Because there are those obviously that say you didn't call her because you knew she couldn't answer. But you're saying you didn't call her because you were giving her space.
Correct.
Did you ever get physical with her? Did you ever attack her? Did you ever have a physical fight?
There was a physical confrontation where I cornered her in the kitchen one time, and she hit me in the head with a frozen steak, but I didn't retaliate or anything.
Because her stepsister says that you threw Stacy down the stairs, knocked her into the TV, and threw her across the room.
That never happened.
Just never happened?
Never happened.
Why are these people saying these things?
I don't know. Unless they're trying to add some sort of fuel to the fire.
You know what your stepbrother has said.
Right.
That he says that he helped you move a blue barrel, that it was warm to the touch. He told friends that he thought after the fact that he actually helped you move her body.
That didn't happen.
Was there a blue barrel?
No.
Did he come over and help you do anything, move anything, do anything?
Never. The day I was with him the day before, and I was attempting to get him a job at a grocery store. He had just lost his job, and he was so intoxicated or high on something that I had to cancel the interview, and we couldn't follow through with it.
So he's not a reliable guy?
I would say no.
Well, the phone records show that you were near the Chicago sanitary and ship channel the day she went missing. Were you there?
Yes, I was driving through that area.
What were you doing there?
I was looking for her in a couple spots I thought that she might be. I was looking for my car that she was driving.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I've got some additional questions about Stacy's disappearance and also some questions about his third wife, Kathleen Savio, and her death. Plus, we'll hear from a man who spent 200 hours interviewing Drew Peterson. He's got some harsh words about Drew, actually. We'll be right back.